glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. I'm glued to the pavement. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go around anymore. It's time to break away. Forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel? Full steam through the setbacks. You can't win them all, but I'm proud I tried. I'm glad we had a dialogue. It's good to shape the mind. Speeding up the pace, turning up the heat. Where I need to be for the first time. Taking risks, I'm casting off without a lifeline. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual. Don't you wanna feel right again? Don't you wanna feel whole? Don't you wanna feel? Don't you wanna, don't you wanna, don't you wanna feel break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead as the last stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, I don't need to go around anymore. Break away, get your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise.
Well, another one of these. Guys, another one of these. The Alliance Live Show 116 coming at you Sunday night. It's a little bit earlier, actually. So technically, if you guys didn't reset your clocks, it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. Or 12 o'clock. Bad math. But we're ready to rock and roll. There's not, again, which seems to be the trend with this game, a whole lot to talk about. But there are some new things to discuss. Being this ship, particularly that's on screen at the moment, we'll dive into that. and what we have here in the title, which is, is there a Separatist ship meta coming here in the game? Just here in a moment. But before we do that, let me go ahead and introduce the usual folks. First and foremost, my longtime compatriot and host or co-host of the Operation Metaverse stream on Tuesday nights with TMoney. Good old Maurice, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Gum, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. How was everyone else's weekend?
Pretty good. I can't complain. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Giants haven't played yet, so I don't have a chance to be sad. I got to wait till tomorrow night to get disappointed. But we're also joined by Boba's Alliance leader and a just very lovely lady, Avinash. How you doing, Abby?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Excellent.
Glad to be here.
Excellent. And from the Reality Skewed Gamers, the absolute host with the most, your RangerJ1999.
I've come to chew ass and kick bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. What's going on?
What's up? So, let's dive right into it. So, the Hyena Bomber's out. I don't have a lot of shards for it. I'm sure a lot of people...
How dare you, sir? Get in there and get those goddamn shards.
I'm sure a lot of people are prepared for this. I'm sure this ship will become free to play at some point. I'm gonna work on it. I'll probably get it unlocked, but that's about it. Where are you guys at, first and foremost? Have you guys unlocked it yet? Where's everybody at? Did you guys save your canteen energy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've got it unlocked. Matter of fact, I should be getting
5-star. Yeah, I think you.
I'm gonna
keep
get
doing it.
I'll have 5-star tonight on all the accounts.
Yeah, I think I'll have it 5 stars on the way to 6. I'm not going to go crazy with the crystals though. With it, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got it. I'll easily be 5 stars to 6, but I'm not going to go bananas for it. It's not the ship that I really looking to do anything with the ship meta with. That other ship coming here around that corner, well, that's a different story.
What about you, Maurice? Where are you at?
7 stars. Just say it, Maurice.
Maurice is talking, and something's wrong with his mic.
Yes, he has to hit the unmute button.
Yes, that's what I have to do. Yeah. Just like Ranger, I'm 5 on the way to 6. I don't really. I had 1,000 banked. I had a full energy bank banked. Yeah, I'm doing the 100s and 200s. I need relics anyway, right? So I'm going a little crazier than I normally do, but I don't really see the need to push much further because my Vulture droid is 3.5 star. Like I don't really. It's kind of like a combo deal, right? I'm not too savvy on the kit, but it seems like they kind of go hand in hand. So we'll see. I'm happy with 5-star for sure. That's a nice head start.
My thought process is exactly like yours. I mean, my Vulture droid's 4 stars, so it's not ready yet, right? And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a really long time before I have the Malevolence ready to rock and roll also. So, I mean, even if I had this ship 7 stars today, what value is it really going to bring me? Probably not much. So, I've kind of gone in on the Negotiator. So, possibly a mistake. We'll wait and we'll see. Nonetheless, I mean, I'm going to want to have all the capital ships in the game, so I might as well farm the one that's available at the moment. So that's the way I feel about it. And I mean, the Malevolence will be here soon, and when that happens, people will probably have some stored up credits to get that. And for those people that have been saving their energy, then I could see this being a lot more of a hot item at the moment, because if you're one of the first people to have the Malevolence, the Vulture Droid, the Hyena Bomber, and all the Separatist ships to do a starting 3, I think that you'll probably be at the head of the meta, because I have a feeling, and this is just my opinion, because again we haven't seen the ships in the wild yet. We don't know what they're going to be like, but I just feel like it's probably going to be a better meta than the Negotiator meta. I just think that, because I thought, from my small sample size of the Malevolence, it just seemed like the kit was better for the Malevolence than Negotiator. But
I disagree. I think the ship that people, when I was talking to Warrior about this in the Jedi Academy, is that Y-Wing. The Y-Wing replacing Houndstooth, the Y-Wing's kit looks amazing. And when you put that ship with those other ships, look out, world, here comes the new meta. Because the Y-Wing will be the tank you need for the GR team. When you add with people, especially when you start getting relic characters, which a lot of people are for a lot of these characters because of gas and everything, then the ships, Ahsoka and Anakin, along with that ship and the rest of the GR team, that ship's going to be a game changer.
I mean,
mark my words. That's going to be there.
You're probably right. Like initially, that will probably be the meta. I mean, I don't think they're releasing the Negotiator to have it immediately trumped by the Malevolence right away. I mean, I think there's a reason that they're kind of spacing out these releases. But what I'm saying is, I think that eventually they will probably release another Separatist ship besides these that we have already. Maybe a ship for Count Dooku. Maybe some other ship. And that Vulture droid is really good, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're right. It's too early to tell. I mean, but in all likelihood, the Negotiator will probably be the immediate next meta, and then down the road, the Malevolence will find its place. There probably will be some more Separatist ships added in the coming months. We'll have to see. I imagine there's going to be a lot of ship content added, to be honest with you, because we already know they're working on some ship content raid-wise. We know there's going to be a bunch of ships coming out for the Rise of Skywalker, right? There's going to be a Sith ship. There's going to be, more First Order ships. Kylo Ren has another ship. So whatever new version of Kylo Ren they release is going to have a ship. And there probably will be a whole bunch of others. They may even release another. They may even release another version of the Star Destroyer, because again, they have these new Star Destroyers in the new movie too. So I don't know how they're going to play with that. I really don't know how they're dealing with the factions, right? Because it's really confusing what they're doing with the new sequel trilogy. I don't know if Rey's going to be Resistance and Jedi. Is she going to be only Jedi? Are there going to be no Jedi? Is it going to be First Order? Is Kylo Ren going to be a Sith? Is Kylo Ren going to be light side, not dark side? I mean, we don't know anything about like what faction-wise is going on, because if Palpatine's in the fold, right, that means the Sith are still alive. We already know there's Sith troopers in the movie, but there's also this whole First Order thing, and they're really not Sith, right? I mean, Kylo Ren at the moment isn't really a Sith. So what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what his faction tags would be. I imagine if they're releasing a dark side version of Kylo and he is working with Palpatine in this movie at some point, he's probably going to have some sort of a Sith tag. But I don't know. We'll see. That's gonna, and we've also been speculating for years now. A Sith capital ship coming out at some point. Maybe they'll have Palpatine release a capital ship at some point too. So, the whole ship meta could be diluted very much, within the next 6 months. I don't know what exactly is going to transpire, but I'm imagining there's going to be a lot of ship content coming. But I mean, do you think the Y-Wing, the Y-Wing's going to be marquee, right?
Yes, they've already announced it. It comes out the 7th or 8th, one of those 2 days, off the top of my head without looking.
I think it's the 7th.
The version.
So we'll all get a 3-star free unlock, and then we'll have the ability to buy the 4th star. And,
right.
And it'll be just like all the other marquees. Okay. And they'll probably release it in that new marquee pack, right? The one that gives you crystals also, so you'll be able to buy it for like $20, and it'll give you shards, right, and maybe like 500 crystals or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But yeah, listen, maybe they'll try a paper rock scissors ship meta. That'd be actually pretty cool. That would make ships a lot more interesting. I think ships in general, could use like some sort of an interesting, ship meta in the arena. I mean, if it was diverse like that, I think it would bring more people into ships. because it would give, and if let's say you could take first with either the Negotiator or the Malevolence or Home One and Han Solo, then it would be I think it would bring a lot of free to play players into playing arena for ships. It would make the whole ship thing a lot more interesting as a whole. So that might be exactly what they're looking for. Yeah, the TIE Whisperer is going to be Kylo Ren's new ship. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, they did release the Vulture Droid free to play. How are you guys doing with the Vulture Droid?
The shard drops are bad.
I think I've got an 8 since they released it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've got like
if I get
3.
one a day, I'm happy.
Well, it's in an actually relatively cheap location, right? It's in the 4. Was it
Right.
4C?
Yeah, but it's
4D
but
or
the drop
something,
rates. It's. I'm almost convinced it's worse than the damn hard node. Chip hard node ones. Just stupid. It's just like. I'll work on it because really I'm down to that's the kind of stuff I'm working on. But it's like, I mean, God, that ship is poop meant to work on. Good Lord,
it's such a long way to go.
I know, and then for the Separatists, you've got the Hyena and you got the Vulture Droid, but other than the Geos, I mean, that faction is still incomplete. So, I could see people working on other ships for them because. Some of these ships, especially like for gas, you got to work on ETA and stuff like that first because you have to have the ship's 7-star and things of that nature. So, man, this is a tough farm. Boy, I mean, you keep getting done with these hard node farms. Cantina is one thing because eventually, you get through Cantina and you're like, it's not as bad. It's not as time consuming. It can take a while, but nothing like these hard node farms. Good Lord.
Yeah, you're so limited.
It's stupid. Like I'm farming Rose because I had a sneaky suspicion. I was like, I'll just be safe and get her to 7 stars. And it's brutal, man. And some hard nodes are just worse than others. The fleet hard nodes are, I don't envy anybody right now that's doing ETA, Shock T, B1. It's just, I'm so glad I'm done with those right now. It's like, get those the hell out of here.
I don't know how people are allocating resources to hard node farming characters at all. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm farming the ship now because it's there, and I kind of want to have the Vulture Droid. But let me show you guys where I'm at. Okay, so, you have the hard node here on 4D for the Vulture Droid. Okay, and then I still need to finish. Maybe he's on dark side. I may be looking at the wrong section. I still need to finish Vandor Chewie. Yeah, I think he's hard nodes. Yeah, so I still need to finish Vandor Chewie. And I have a few other things I want to get, but right now you're also needing to spend energy on gearing up your Galactic Republic characters, right, for the upcoming territory battles. So you want to level up your light side Galactic Republic characters. So I'm leveling up, Ahsoka. I got Padme done. Relatively done. Again, these are not Gear 13. I have them make like Gear 12. So to get them to Gear 13, then you have to go and farm those Gear 13 pieces. And in order to get those Gear 13 pieces, then you also need to farm the cryotechs. Right, so it's like, where is all the energy going? I don't understand how you're supposed to have enough to farm all this stuff in a day.
Yeah.
It's like too much. You know what I mean? I don't even know where to allocate my energy in a day. For the most part, I'm just kind of throwing darts. You know what I'm saying? Every day I kind of make a new decision. Like today I'll farm, the Vulture Droid a couple times, and then. I'll decide, okay, let me put a little bit into, Gear 12 plus pieces or Gear 12, Gear 13 finishers, and then, then you also have to worry about the gear you need for the relics, so it's just like, I don't know, it seems like too much farming. That's always been the case in this game. I'm just saying it's really confusing now because, you know, again, I feel like I'm so far behind on Gear 13 characters, and I cannot stop working on the regular gear that I need. I mean, I don't have enough biotech implants to even... I need 3 more biotech implants to get Ahsoka Padawan to gear 12. You know, 3 more. That means I need 180 of the ball pieces, and then 180 of the salvage, right? So on 150 of the salvage. So that's a lot of pieces, you know, and then that's not that's just getting her to gear 12. And then if I want to get anybody to gear, I don't know when I'm going to be able to work on another character to gear 13. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have the time or the energy to put towards getting characters to gear 13. I'm going to be way behind on gear 13 characters. I only have 2 right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's not good. You know,
once you get your ass in gear and you get those goddamn gear 13 pieces, Remon.
But then that would be at the sacrifice of getting other characters to gear 12. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sacrifice have to be made.
I'm just picking the characters that I want to get to gear 13 that I know are going to be most important, and then everything else is kind of secondary. You know, unless I would have no choice if I really wanted to be, you know, on top of it. I'd have no choice but to have to wail out. That's it. You know, let's not do that. You'd have to buy the 100 refreshes for energy every day, and maybe even more than that. You know what I'm saying? And then you also now, I mean, you're talking about canteen energy for the relics. So you talk about canteen energy for buying this Hyena ship. I mean, it just never ends.
Well, you just have to be focused on what you're working on, right? You know, doing all the mods, redos that I do and stuff. I talk to people about their farming plan. We do that in our lunch stream too. If you get hyper focused on certain characters and certain gear, and don't worry about it for anybody else, work on that and that alone. Then you don't think about it like the bigger picture, like, oh my God, I got all these characters I gotta take. Like for right now, I can tell you what I'm working on, and it is the gas team. So I'm super hyperbolically focused on, you know, getting 5s to gear 13 and relic next. Then after that, I'm going to do Rex, and then I'm going to do Echo, right? I already got a plan for my Zeta. The next Zeta I'm getting is going on 5s. I just did the last one for gas, right? Then I'll have the last one for Echo, and then I'll be done with that team, right? Before I start working on them to 12 to 13, I was like, well, I got to get Range Trooper because he was 9 at the time, and I was sick of hearing about not having Range Trooper. I'm like, all right, I'm going to finish gas, and then I'm going to do Range Trooper. And I've not stopped. And so now Range Trooper's 12, right? So he's good to go. And that's kind of how you have to approach this. You have to like focus on one area at a time, and then go to the next thing. Because if you try to do like too much, you'll go cray in this game. And the other thing too, yeah, you'll go broke. Well, I mean, it depends on where you're finishing an arena. Like I finish one in arena every day. I get top 15 ships. So I got a lot of crystal income coming in. And I'm not really spending it other than certain instances. Pretty much I'm hoarding now. But, you know, that allows me to do like stuff for the Hyena Bomber, you know, 100 Cantina right now. I don't have to. I could still be saving it, but I'm like, I might as well try to get the ship, you know, 5 stars at least, and, you know, move on from there and then not worry about it. And then I'll just go back to hoarding. And then I just use regularly when we don't have something like the Hyena going on. I'm like, I'll do two rounds of froze, a hitter node, refresh it, you know, and then I start working on energy for relics and then for gear for 5s. And I'm not going to deviate from that path. And that's the way you have to kind of do it. One team at a time and one character in the team at a time or 2 at a time. But you try to do anything else, like try to do 6 to 7 characters, which you can do. But yeah, if you're going to do that, you better be very specific and have a plan on the energy you're going to use for those characters and when you're going to use them, what crystals you're going to use.
Like I have the Galactic Republic characters up on screen right now. What would you say are the most important characters that you need to have for the new TB that are coming up? I mean, besides obviously Padme, you know, we're talking about Rex and, you know, Anakin and those characters, and you know we're you know the clones. But I mean, do we really need all the clones? I mean, should I work on Clone Sergeant or should I just work on the 501st?
No, Shock T, 3PO, R2, the GR team clones. That's going to be kind of the big thing. You already have other like rosters you can use in this, right? You've got CLS, you've got Jedi Knight Revan, you've got, you go down the line, right? Resistance with JTR and BB-8. So you'll have teams, but there's going to be certain missions. It's going to be more about the special missions that you'll need these characters for, like Jedi Knight Anakin, and I don't know what they're going to do with gas in this. I don't think he'll be something needed for it. That would be some BS if that was the case. It wouldn't shock me in the slightest, but I could see like those characters being needed for like the Geos and the droids were for light side, and then all your other light side you just do the missions for. But yeah, you're going to need them. They're going to have to be like gear 12 and or higher, and we know light side's going to be more difficult than dark side. So yeah.
I mean, there's certain characters I was always behind on too. I mean, like, for example, like the clones, I never leveled up my clones because I never had an interest. They were never really relevant. I never needed them.
They were terrible. They were terrible.
No, they were horrible.
Yeah.
But then the reworks happened, and they're disgusting. They're nasty.
I never jumped on the Barris Zeta thing. I never jumped on the timeout team back in the day. So I did. My Barris sucks. I mean, I did have a good Barris at first. That was probably one of the first 7-star characters I had because, I bought that heroin pack. But
Barris, she always seems to be like, she's like the temporary fill-in, like the clone teams. A lot of people are using her, but like she always. Like, I'm glad I have it, but I've never had like a specific team for her. She's always like, well, I'll put her in there until this character gets finished to complete the team, sort of character. I put that one of the anniversaries, and we got one coming up here in a week or two. They gave us a free Zeta, and I popped it right on Barris without thinking, just because. And that's it. I don't think I'd have it if it wasn't for the anniversary Zeta. So
I'm just wondering about General Kenobi being a raid character, how he'll factor into this Clone War battle and how they're going to use him.
Yeah.
I think
it's really interesting.
I think it's time to bring back Luminara Unduli.
I would be. I'd be.
I would be shocked if. I wouldn't be shocked if they had some of the Jedi they get and they make it a part of this too. And you're like, oh god, I have to give these Jedi. Oh no.
Yeah.
And the Koth and the rest, you're just
Consular for the win. Oh yeah, I do want to tell you guys that I did G13 and R3 my Gamorrean Guard. I got it done.
Why? Fucking Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
Why would you do this?
It's a guilty pleasure. I wanted to do it.
What is it about now, Avinash? What is it about the green piggy that made you want to take him to Relic? Was it 3?
Yeah, I got him at Relic 3 at the moment.
Is there some kind of thing in your past that makes you feel empathy for this creature?
I just felt he was so neglected, and he's just, he was so abused in the movies, and, it's just...
Abused? He was dinner.
Exactly. I just felt that, he just kind of stands out in the crowd, but he's unrecognized, and... it's kind of fun to use him because it does throw people off. But, if he just had a slight rework, he'd actually be really good. But
he's not bad. He's
not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. Finn did Jedi Counselor, but then I'm pretty sure Finn eats catnip. So,
but I tested him out this TW on a couple of teams, and so it's just kind of, it's kind of fun. Give some of that extra DOT and expose, and he's got 127% potency and some decent health and protection pool.
Justify a questionable decision.
No, you don't have to justify anything. If you
he's a scoundrel, so I kind of stick him on the Carp team or the Kira team or the Bounty Hunter team, and just kind of as a fifth, and that way I can just kind of pull somebody else off where. But he's actually held a few times in Galactic Arena because people don't know what to do with him.
I know when we were doing the 3 versus 3, which is coming back. Warrior on the Jedi Academy used to always hype up Warrior Guard and how valuable he was in 3 versus 3. So I mean, that's that coming back. That could be a good little Vader Warrior Guard. Ordo, I think, is what he used. He said it was a pretty decent team. So that's gives you some flexibility there.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. It was just kind of a guilty pleasure, and believe me, my guild mates thrashed me for it.
I mean,
How could you betray us, Avinash? Why would you do that to us?
I mean, but if you have like a 7-star, General Anakin and all these things, that's okay. I'm saying you shouldn't be doing that if you're working on other stuff. That's you're in a position where doing a Gamorrean Guard is actually all right. But I mean, like I don't know. I have like 5 Zetas right now that I'm saving for for whatever I'm going to be doing, and yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's, like I said, it's just kind of a confusing time now where I would like to say that, I have a good grasp on what to work on, but really every time I dive in and I think about what to work on next, it's primarily like right now I'm focusing. I got Padme to Gear 12, and I want to get that team up and running. So I'm working on Ahsoka, and then I'm also working on the side on 5s and Echo, because I already have Rex to Gear 12, and then
pick one, man. Just focus. You're gonna go bananas, dude. Seriously, just like, who do you want to work with? Pick a team right now. What's the team you want to work on the most right now?
Probably the Padme team.
Then don't do anything else.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want to get that
work
done,
on that team.
Then
work on that and nothing else.
Because then at least I'll have that team done, and then I can focus. Because I don't have Anakin yet, so I mean I'm not. I'm gonna have to. Then I'll have to work on the clones.
Well, if you want to get Anakin next time it comes around, you go ahead, Gear 13 your Kenobi. Go ahead and you're gonna need
Snips.
Yeah, you're gonna need Snips at least Gear 12. I saw her 11. Anakin, Jedi Anakin is arguably the safest investment in the entire game. You can just take him to Gear 13 and slap relics on him and not ever feel bad about it. That's a super safe investment.
And Jedi Anakin, the Gear 13, super safe.
Yeah. He's flexible too. Like if you do switch gears, you can throw him on your Jedi Revan team. You can throw him on your Padme team. You can throw him on your clone team. He's plug and play damage. He's really, really good.
If you wanted to say, let's say we're gonna get you focused on doing gas and getting gas, Remon. All your GR done. The main characters you need, which is Padme, 3PO, General Kenobi, definitely Relic Kim, Shock T. She needs to be Gear 12 minimum, and then Snips. She needs to be 13 Relic, probably 3
or 4.
Same thing with Kenobi. Yeah, those two, and then Jedi Anakin just because for GAC and stuff, right? Then your Separatist. You got to work on your Separatist for gas too. You need
Saj and B1 need to be 13.
Saj and B1 need to be Relics. The other ones need to be 12. And you need the Zetas on B2, B1, and Droideka.
Yeah, the Zeta on Droideka kind of blows. But that's
I've got the Zetas on all the Separatist droids. Yeah.
Well, then you're already ahead of the curve. So and then you just need the ships to qualify, right? They just need to be 40,000.
Yeah, the ship's easy.
ETA, it needs to be 7-star so you can use it. It doesn't have to be monster, but I mean, that's a plan. That's a plan of execution. What do a character want? Gas. What do I need to do to get them? These are the characters at what level and what gear level and Zetas I need to have to get it done. Right. And then once you have that, it's set in stone. Maybe you take a few more characters relic out of those, but then you can start working on and say, what's the next team I'm going to work on that you don't have squared away? And then you do that. That makes your farm plan easier.
I really wanted to get that Grievous team for Arena up and running, but I'm seeing now that there's probably no point to continue that because that'll probably be... Because I don't think it'll be relevant in about a month when
it's still very relevant, dude. I mean... You have to think outside of just Arena. GAC, my Grievous team is stupid on defense. I always use it as a peekaboo in the back line. And when people see that, they either don't even bother with it, or when they do try it, he's still up, right? And usually what happens
Remote has the Trapped in Carbonite title. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I missed some. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
In
definitely.
Grand Arena, I don't think Grand Arena is really a focus. Yeah, like that's not a.
Yeah, I'm definitely trapped in Carbonite. You know what I mean? For sure. I mean,
but I mean, if you got Grievous Relic, he's fantastic. And then, I mean, a Relic Grievous is still potent and on offense and defense in GAC.
I haven't done an offensive battle in GAC in like 2 months.
Well, then there you go. You definitely. Well, then you all lost, Anakin.
I enter every GAC. I don't see the point. I
have failed you, Revon. I have failed you.
That currency is worthless, in my opinion. It's just worthless.
It's only worthless because we get so little of it, right? That's the problem. You know, unless even in Kyber, I was looking at the rewards of Kyber, like that's still not a lot. I mean, you get 150 if you win, you get nothing if you lose, and then you get just little bits here and there. But when you add it all together, like for what the gear costs to get out of there, you're just like, thanks. I think.
Yeah.
Possibly. It's just the worst. Yeah. It's just the worst. The GAC reward structure is just the worst thing I've ever seen, and I don't see a point.
Yeah.
And you go weeks. You're doing this for weeks, and then you just get that reward from it. You're like,
yeah, why? I don't care about that. I just use it as some kind of extra stuff to get some extra stuff that I might need to round up something. I just do GAC for fun, just for the hangout with the community and stuff. I could care less really now about the rewards. The Zetas are nice if you can get into the top 4. Those are really nice, and the rewards like the crafting material is good. The actual awards for the 3 rounds you do are better than the long-term rewards you get for doing the damn thing. So, but definitely do it for the Zetas and stuff. Those make a huge difference because I got first and 2, 3, and then one I got second, and I still got a Zeta out of that. But so I mean that makes a huge difference in your Zetas.
I've got Zetas coming out of my socks, man. I'm not worried about Zetas. Okay, I'm worried about gear. All right. I mean, you know, there's only a certain amount of Zetas that are even worth it in this game.
Listen, Rayvon, you know damn well you need that slice of material out of there for those rewards because your mods are poopy.
Yeah.
Not enough slicing in your life there, young man.
That's generally what I get. I spend most of it on slicing. Like you said, like if I've got like 48 of a Chirotech and I'm like, oh, here's 2 in the shop, I'll pluck them. But for the most part, it's just when I get a good mod, I just buy them and slice it up all the way.
Sure.
It's such a joke. True, I mean, it's such a. I mean, like 2 Cryotech. I mean, it's like a slap directly in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Or other parts of the anatomy. You pick one. I'm not saying anything. You know.
Yeah. It's a kick in the balls. You know. I mean,
I was gonna go with the right tibula, but okay, balls works too.
It's a kick in the balls. You know. I mean, the rewards suck, and
I think they'll eventually go up. Like just when the interest wanes.
We're hoping, right?
You know, like right now, I see a bunch of people really competing for it. Like, you know, I was trying to get top 100, and it got intense. You know, like all my matches were against good players. You're reaching out, discussing teams and stuff. I mean, it's good experience, but people are still playing it. Once people kind of die down, it's like, I'm getting tired of this, and then they might ramp them up.
I mean, the last 3 times I've missed Kyber by like 400 one time, 1,000 the other time. I think I missed it by like that much this time. I can't remember, but I don't care about those kind of titles or things. It's really it's just for fun. Because really, when we're hanging out with the community and you guys are on, we're doing the fights and stuff. That's the fun part. Yeah, that's the fun part where you know doing stuff. And I like to try out a few little things. I try to use the best counters, but like you've been on there, good on Maurice. We talk about like why this works or why this wouldn't work, and break down teams and strategize and theorize, and that's the best fun part about it.
Learn on the fly that something doesn't work.
Usually
be my
recommendation that these troopers are going to be good enough. Yeah, man, I've used them a million. Ranger, you're going to win. Right, let's do this.
Complete annihilation.
See, what had happened was.
Sometimes I sign up. Sometimes I sign up for GAC and I forget which account I did it on.
Oh no!
And so well, there's one account that I pretty much will do everything on. That's just my main account. The rest of them, sometimes I'll set defense and then I forgot about it. And on one of those accounts, this last time, I won. I never battled once, and I won every single time and came first. I am not kidding. I was shocked. And I'm like, wait a minute, did I sign up on this? Oh my God, I guess I did.
Well, I mean, that's a nice little Christmas surprise right there.
It was great. And, it had some people, some names I recognized in there too. So, and apparently in that particular GAC, nobody wanted to battle.
Raymond, hold on. Raymond, what's the speed on your Revan and your Bastila there, Poopy Pants?
I don't know. Right now, I totally forgot that the reset is now in 2 minutes because it's an hour earlier. So I'm sitting here just trying to run through as quick as possible.
Well, no, I know what you're doing for the dailies, but that's not the question.
Like 300 something.
Could you be a little bit more specific?
Somewhere between 301 and 350.
350. I told me about that monster 350.
I think it's like
I gave the 250.
I think it's like 308, 310 or something like that.
Oh no, Raymond.
I remember a time when a 170 speed was pretty good in this game. Okay.
Raymond.
All right.
Well, Finity makes a good point here. He says, with everyone saving Get 1 now because of potential new characters, GAC tokens are the only thing you can help with the gear right now. So, it's super expensive. He does have a point there.
It does help. I'm not saying it's not a positive. It's just not impactful, right?
Yeah.
It's not enough of it for the cost of what's in that store. I mean, you can get through like 4 or 5 pieces and you're done with it, right? And that's if you're doing well. If you're not doing well in GAC, like you're just barely getting to Bronzium, or you're not even trying, you're not winning the matches, you're even less gear pieces. So that does help. It is a positive, but it's not enough of a positive to impact the gear crunch. It's for more rounding out things
Right.
of that nature. So
There's not much of an incentive to really go balls to the wall. Yeah.
it really isn't. And he fins the nail on the head because my Get 2's going for Negotiator, my Get 1's going for GAS. I mean, so the only places I get now, I'm in a position where I'm mainly farming gear right now, so a lot of my energy goes toward gear. But really, the shard store is in the guild store are the 2 places I get gear, and that's about the boy.
Anybody else miss their arena payouts?
Not me.
I almost did. I
forgot.
Almost did.
I woke up. I'm like, man, I slept a lot. And then I was like, wait a minute, something's not right.
We're watching Remote Scramble because of the time change. That's the way I kicked in. I was like, all right, let me do my arena climb. 11 minutes. Just like, wait a second.
Oh my god.
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, just a regular arena, I just tank. Everybody just gets destroyed. Like, everybody's got the same team, and just...
Yeah.
It comes down to the mods. Like, I just don't drop that much. I think the most I drop is maybe 15. Sometimes I'm 20. But, like, I do, like, 2-3 battles, and I'm, like, 1. So it's not that bad. But that comes down to your mods and, like, what mod people have. So... and that's the sad thing, because you're right. It is the same teams over and over again. It's so boring. I mean, even though the Darth Revan fights, God bless us, that they're so fast. And like the Jedi Revan team was so brutal when that was the meta. Yeah. I'm just waiting to get my gas into gear. So while I'm sitting there doing just fine with my Darth Revan team, I'm waiting to get gas ready to rock and roll with everybody decked out and throw that team in. So
what's one of the things too that's kind of disturbing with this is really, I mean, when you're talking about like the mod situation, right? I mean, again, it's just like, I think at this point there should be some more of like an assurance that you're going to get, certain speed sets on certain mods. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the luck of the draw at this point anymore. I mean, like, there are some people that have been farming mods for 4 years and they don't have a single good mod. You know what I mean? That's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? I don't know. At some point it just makes you give up. Because like, you're never, I've never gotten like a 25 speed mod or like a 26 or 27 speed mod ever in my life. The highest mods I have are like 21, 22 maybe. And it took me like 3 years to get that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it was. It's just it's one of those things where, you know, I never had luck in the beginning, and then I got a few that, you know, through slicing were able to get over 20. And then, you know, I just recently had a couple that, you know, that dropped some good luck, you know, like just rolled straight over 20 on the first. But I mean, it's like I said, I mean, I remember people getting those mods like day one, week one of mods. And it's like, I'm sitting there like, you know, wish I had those mods, man. You know, and it's like 2 years later, I'm still sitting there saying, oh, you know, wish I had those mods, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, there should be some increase in probability of getting higher rolls on speed for mods. Or you should just be able to straight up at this point buy mods that start at a max level.
No. Don't be doing that.
No. I'm not saying like, you know, some ridiculous amount of them, but I mean, everybody should be limited to like one or two. I mean, like, you know, there should be some way for you to get them if you don't have them, right? Like, so, you know, it shouldn't be like completely just luck.
They had, it's been a while, but they had some sort of pack for a little bit where like you got like a very specific set. You got like a set of mods, and they all had very specific secondaries, including speed. Like you get like a speed. They were like blue mods, maybe like a speed arrow, and then some mods with the speed secondaries on them. Like you're still up against the luck of the draw if they rolled or not. But like it was weird little. They're relatively expensive, probably like $10-15 for a set. But it was you got 6 mods and they all preset. Everybody got the same ones. You know, they can bring something like that out again. It's not going to give you speed, but it'll increase your chances.
Yeah, there just needs to be some adjustment there, I think. I mean, as high a GP that I am, I really don't have much in terms of mods. And I farm every single day. I farm mods as well as slice, and I have nothing. It's just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the fact we need a mod cap increase. Oh my God.
Well, they said, not in this Q&A, but the time before, that basically that's not doable.
Oh, baloney.
They shot that down quick.
Yeah.
That's I'm sorry. That's baloney. That's baloney.
Yeah, but let's be. I mean, let's not get too carried away here. We do something like that. Like, you know, the time change. People are changing the arena times now. It's getting messed up. You know, they've added something. You know, the relics, perhaps, whatever the case is. Malik was messed up. The time change is messed up.
Well, yeah, they keep breaking everything. I can understand why they maybe haven't done it because they keep breaking stuff, but. It's with so many characters in the game and such a limitation on the mods now in capping, that there's got to be something that needs to be done that we can do at some point.
What would help at least alleviate a little bit is, like, you know, when you buy a mod from the store and your inventory is full, you got 30 days to pull it out of your inbox. Like, maybe if you could farm mods and they would stay in your inbox for 30 days, that would help. Like, for, you know, because if you're capped on mods, you do a bunch of mod farming, you have 2 days.
Right.
To go through and sort everything and delete them. So like maybe if they could just do that, that would help. Like at least then you can keep the mods in your box and kind of, you know, pull them out as you see them, pull out the ones you like, and just kind of, if they suck, just kind of let them naturally expire. They did say they're going to do something making selling mods easier and maybe filter out certain mods in your farming. So maybe, you know, it would be nice if I could just, as I'm sorting, to look at a mod, be like, oh, and just click like a quick sell button, you know. Other games have it. Instead of like finding a mod that sucks, unlocking it, going to the sell screen, and having to sift through hundreds of mods looking for that one that you want to delete. You know, it's
right.
Anything would be helpful. I'll take anything. So it's better than it was. Remember, we didn't used to have this mod filtering system. You remember mods?
Oh my God,
management
yes.
tools. Oh, it was a nightmare.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the you know, the quality of life stuff has definitely helped out a lot, but. Again, I just think that there should be some sort of a way to get a guaranteed mod. I mean, everybody should be able to buy one. They should have released a pack that gives you a guaranteed 25 speed mod, so everybody could at least get 1 or 2 at some point. So you could make one of your characters faster. Some people are just, you know, stuck that never get a mod roll like that ever. I mean, like, you know, for the longest time, the best I could get was like 15, 16. like the best mod I ever had was like 19 forever, and then, people are like, oh, I got 24 on my mod yesterday. It's like, oh, that's great for you, man.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. Oh, look at this. I rolled a 27, a 28, and a 29 today. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh, yeah. Swear words start flying out.
Yeah, it's crazy, I mean, this is supposed to be about Star Wars, not mods. But anyway, so we did also have some clips of Ranger's show the other day where they did some impressions of the developers. So we'll play some of that now before we get into the top 5. So this is Ranger Infinity on their Reality Skewed Gamers channel on, I believe it was November 1st. They were doing like a live reenactment of the dev Q&A. So here it goes.
Who you want to introduce first?
All right, so let me start off on my end. So the one that will be running the interview is going to be none other than CGSB Crumb. Hi.
Oh my god.
Hi.
There you go.
Okay, so that is Crumb. He is going to be asking the questions, and then we have 3 others that are going to be answering questions today. The first one is the live producer, CG Top Hat.
Oh, let me get my mouth on there. Hello, weaklings. I brought punch and pie. Okay.
Then we have the senior game designer, CG Sven GG.
The gaming isn't a person jargon.
There will have to be additional translation for that.
I wish I could show it on screen so you guys can see
Then
this. It's
we have
actually
CG
hilarious.
Viking, who is the creative director.
Alright, I'm not a Viking. I'm from Ireland, Scotland, somewhere around the Highlands. I've come to take your women and tell you about nothing.
And then we have, lastly, the data analyst and lead product manager, CG Cyanides.
Heavens to Megatron, what's going on? I have green skin. It's fabulous.
So there you go. That is your introduction to the devs that are going to be...
So basically they did like a Q&A segment where they go through the questions that the devs answered, and they impersonate the developers with different voices, and they actually have on screen like faces for like CG Crumb and CG Top Hat and all the rest of the devs. So it's actually really cool. So definitely go check that out. There's a link in the description to the Reality Skewed Gamers channel, and you can go and click on the video. Again, it was on November 1st. It's titled November SWGOH Dev Q&A Live Reenactment. So go check that out. I would do more with it here on the show. I would love to get it like a box where I could show you guys, and we could kind of like go over some of the stuff that they talked about.
Well, it was only last. Well, I had another one because CG Miller came in there, so I did Harry Carey for him, so that was fun.
Yeah, it's funny, and I just honestly I didn't have it the sound bites like chopped up so that the guys on the show on the panel right now could hear it. So it would be kind of like just me and you guys that can hear it and they can't. So but definitely go check it out, and what we'll do is we will go into the top 5 for now, and then we'll do the Q&A. I'll try to find the Harry Carey clip. I want to hear that, but first let's get into the top 5 and the meta report. So all right, meta. So I mean, guys, this is kind of like an ongoing joke with the meta report on this show, but it's so the one thing that is interesting though is General Skywalker now is the 3rd most used leader in Arena. So he's climbing.
It's growing.
No, wait, no, he's not 3rd. Sorry, I made a mistake. He is 5th. Yeah, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. He's 5th. Yep. So Yeah, he's climbing up. He's ahead of Shak Ti now. And I'm imagining that some of these Padme Amidala teams, because now Padme has taken over IG-88, so Padme is now the second most used leader in Arena. I'm imagining these Padme Amidala teams are using General Anakin at like probably 5 stars, right?
Yes, they are.
Yep, at least.
So there's probably more General Anakin on these teams than we're even thinking because of the other leaders that use General Anakin. So, for example, like Padme, you have Shak Ti teams that probably have General Anakin on there. You may even have Bastila Shan teams. Bastila Shan is now made the top 10 leaders at rank 1 again, which is kind of weird. I mean, there's only 63 of them, but nonetheless, I mean, Bastila Shan makes an appearance on the top 10 leaders at rank 1.
You go, girl.
You go. Anything to add, guys, to this?
No, not really. No, yeah, just the old meta
People are
report.
starting to figure out even with the 5 stars, they're starting to make it work and starting to figure it out.
Yeah, it's really great on offense. On defense,
That was atrocious. It's very easy.
Yeah.
it's
At 5-star.
Yeah, it's
Or
bad.
there could be 308 7-star 7 General Skywalkers now. So
That's what I think is the deal.
yeah, that could be the case too. I mean, that's
There's no way that they're at 5-star going, damn it. I mean, there could be something at lower tier. If they had a 5-star Skywalker, I could see that at lower GP shards.
well, there's close to a couple hundred 7 stars within the first week or so. And I mean, I imagine some people had a little bit of get, maybe not enough to quite like MJ. MJ just got his done a couple days ago.
Yeah. You let me know he did. I was
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, but
you son of a bitch.
you know, so the people are starting to get them done. So start getting ready, guys. Padme, get her ready to roll. That seems to be the best
Yep.
counter right now. That could develop. Hopefully, it will develop and change, and then somebody will figure out something a little more feasible. But right now, it's
I get asked that the most out of anything. I know you good recent metaverse, but man, people are just like, "What do I do about gas?" I'm like, "Well, first you need to pray."
yeah, that's it.
First, you need to pray.
First is a praying ritual of some sort where you sacrifice something, and then if you have Padme now, then I'm like, you have Darth Vader. You use Darth Vader already. Do you have CLS? Yeah. You better do some praying. So
Honestly, I mean, though, like, we've been waiting so long for the release of, like, Revan in this game that I'm not really that upset that he's had such a long period of time as the meta leader in Arena.
no.
He is a huge character, right? So it's not like they made Baze and Chirrut the best characters in Arena for a year. You know what I mean? So I mean, actually that did happen, but let's not talk about that. Anyway,
He hasn't been the meta leader for any longer than like Palpatine, Maul, Big, Lynch. Like the Wigs team lasted forever.
That was a good long while. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, we've gotten kind of accustomed to this now, and every week the meta report gets more and more boring. But there is some shakeup here. There is a pretty significant amount of
that team with Wigs, Lando, and
never had the fastest Stormtrooper Han one.
Right.
Yeah.
That team was awesome. That was so much fun, man. Double tapping, what was it? Double down? Was that his move? His AOE?
Yeah.
Just double down everybody, like it just crit.
Arena matches last 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, good times. All right, let's move on to the top 10 squad members at rank 1, and there's really not
Pretty
much
much the same.
Again,
No,
there's not much change here. I thought there would be.
No. Same.
Yeah, but pretty much the same. I mean, maybe, seeing an increased use in some General Kenobi. General Kenobi makes the list, so that's cool. But I'm pretty sure that the majority of what you're seeing, other than Sith, are probably just components of the. Besides the people that are being used as like 5th options for a Sith team, like Sith Marauder, Grandmaster Yoda, Geonosis Brute Alpha. Some people are even using Jedi Knight Anakin on a Sith team. General Kenobi is probably representative of that Padme team. You know what I mean? And those characters, yeah. So, all right, let's go on to the top 5. So last week we did top 5 characters to mod with speed sets, and this week we're doing top 5 characters to mod with health sets. Okay, so we're gonna take a dive into how to mod your character, or which characters should be.
I know which one's number 5.
The most
Chewbacca
modded characters with health sets. Maurice actually gave me 2 options for this list, so I should have actually prepped him before the show. But
I've got them both pulled up here.
So I went with the first one, except I changed the honorable mention. Okay, so the honorable mention for the first one is actually the honorable mention for the second one. If that makes
that's
any
fine.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go on. So our number 5 character to mod with health sets is Chewbacca. First Order Executioner.
Oh, it's not Chewbacca? Oh.
No, it's not Chewbacca.
Well, this is a bogus list.
First Order Executioner, as you guys can see here, once you relic him.
Boring. This is Gom's. God damn it, Gom. Quit taking the damn screenshots, man.
Listen, man.
Look how well modded that is.
It's look at how well modded that is. It's just
You can make
it's a lot
his damage. It's absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. As you can see, I got Relic 3 on him, and he is just basic attacking for 80k. It's just wiping fools out. The more health, his relics will give him more health, and his gear 13 gives him more health, and his health is getting to the point where it's stacking so high, even that 20% stacked with all the extra offense he gets is just absolutely insane. You can see here I got a crit damage set on him. If you look on SWGOH at the top, health on these executioners, they're gonna blow mine out of the water. I do need to switch, but you can just go all health on him and just deliver the pain, because that max health that he gives himself now on his basic attack is so significant. If you just stack him with so much health, he's incredibly powerful. He is. If you guys see Relic First Order Executioner and you bring in your Ewoks, you're foolish, because he's just gonna one shot the whole team. He's absolutely insane. He's very, very good.
Minato Namikaze here is poking some fun at the fact that you actually modded him with crit damage instead of health.
Yeah. No, but all those crit damage mods have an excessive amount of health on them, like 4 rolls and health percentage. Health 16E. I've got a 16E cross and circle. I do need to switch to all health. Unfortunately, Grievous has all those mods right now. So, but yes, very, very good to mod for health. Very, 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 very powerful. But he's number 5. Simply because his supporting cast, with the exception of somebody else that you guys can probably guess who's on this list, I mean, they're pretty poor. So he is kind of limited by his supporting cast as of this point. But with a lot of people ask every single week, should I be, modding in my First Order? Should I be modding in my Resistance? The answer is probably no. But I think Executioner and maybe the 2 Kylos are pretty safe to go ahead and do. You can kind of neglect the rest of them, but he's pretty impressive.
You know how some of you, or most of us, when we have our favorite character in the game, we just, watch him spin in a circle on the screen over and over again. Maurice definitely watches First Order Executioner just spin in a circle for at least 25 minutes a day. And all those First Order characters, he's a huge fan of the First Order. So...
I took him to Relic 3, and it doubled my Sith Raid scores with the team. Like, did any other adjustments to the team. Took Execution to Relic 3 and doubled the score. He is insane. Very, very good character. Very, very in-game luxury character. If you guys are watching this and you have like a 3.5 million kind of roster, just take your Executioner up to the bare minimum to make the team. And it's not very in-game sort of character, but very, very fun.
I tell you, this guy is a beast, man. I mean, my team, I put the First Order on backline of GAC. In this last rounds of GAC, there was people that could not beat my First Order team, and they told me, because I've asked them, they were like, your Executioner murdered me. We couldn't get to him, and he murdered me. He murdered me.
We got those feats coming, so it's
yeah,
kind of sucks. I'm so the same way. I play some defense, and they're one of my better defenses, but now I'm gonna have to come up with something to replace him. I don't know if I can.
Well, I can't wait till we get to use First Order Stormtrooper and Finn together. That's going to be creamy and delicious.
It's gonna be what a lame feat that is.
I just swear to God.
All you do is just take your Ray team in, and instead of using like a third droid or like Scab Ray,
you have to put First Order Stormtrooper. But you have to have Finn on there too.
That
you're
just
just like,
doesn't make it okay. That's yeah.
It's stupid.
I don't even look at the feats. I seriously don't even look at them.
You're wise and sage woman of your years, Avinash, to know that ahead of time because.
Can we just go ahead and make it a guarantee that if we ever mention Scavenger Ray again, that her name is considered Stick Ray? Okay, from this point on.
God damn it! You know we were going this whole string without this stupid ass Stick Ray mention.
Her name going forward is Stick
Ray. No, you have to
Ray.
apologize, Gom. You could have said, CLS has a lightsaber, but before that he was a farm boy, and he had that gun that kind of looked like a stick. Oh wait, speaking of sticks, Stick Ray.
Yeah, I said Scab Ray. Like, you guys can't see his face, but I can just imagine his face just lighting up like a Christmas tree. Like, oh.
I wanted to speak right away, about Stick Ray. He definitely shines the helmet of his First Order Executioner every night before he goes to bed, for sure. But, that is our number 5 character to mod with health sets. Moving along to our number 4 character to mod with health sets, we have... Old Daka. No. Old Daka. So,
yeah, pretty standard here. Yeah, this is pretty. And yes, as you can see, I actually have her modded for health. You just want to find a nice balance of speed and health with her. I don't have any relics on her. She is pretty good to relics. She gets a significant amount of health. But that Zeta has now, that we had the old Zeta. They gave it back to us. And a lot of people didn't put it back on. Now, I mean, if you guys gear 13er, it's a good investment now because it's really noticeable now. So
yeah,
especially in the lights and the Dark Side GOTV.
Yeah,
like you go with Mother Taliesin Lee, and you go to that team, and she's nasty because they're all dying around her. She ain't because she's getting that health pop every time, and all of a sudden you're like, they can't kill her, and you're just like, And you res everybody up. Yeah, she's incredible. She's, I think it was you, Gom, that told me about that. I was like, oh, really?
If we did like a top 5 characters to relic for Dark Side GOTV, she'd probably be 1 or 2. Because I mean, she instantly turned my Night Sister team from a 3-ish, 2 even in P4 to having a chance of 4 or 4 now in P4.
Yeah, same.
Like it's she really does make an incredible difference.
Right. Somebody showed me today their DACA, and she had 131,888 health.
Imagine what she had after all the deaths.
So yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So it said that she was just basically unkillable.
So amazing.
Yeah,
that they were using her.
I'm glad that they're trending with some of these characters towards more like speed not being the only factor that matters. Like health and damage are starting to factor in more. Speed is still king, but honestly, it's nice to see that with certain teams, even if you're faster, you could still lose. So.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got that 3 versus 3 coming back. She does have a leadership that gives 50% additional health. So she is. I used her in 3 versus 3 when she was gear 12, and I like the lead a lot. So I'm considering relicking her up a little bit for when 3 versus 3 comes around.
Put her Taliesin and like say zombie.
Yeah.
So we
yeah, that's just not going to die. It's just not going to die.
Oh God!
So we got a question from Brendo saying from now on. I think that means from now on. No, FM.
No,
FMK.
no. I'm deleting. I realize what that was now.
What is that? What does that mean?
Screw, marry, kill.
Oh, Daka Taliesin Spirit. Okay. Well, I would say for that we'd probably have to go. Huh. That's a tough one.
I feel like we played this game on Nerfers once long ago. I feel like we played an extensive game of this.
Let's say I want to marry I want to probably marry Spirit, right? Because she's not really there. I mean, so I won't have to deal with her that much. And then
no, she's gonna haunt your ass. Good choice.
Okay, maybe that is a poor choice. I don't know. Listen, this is all just speculation here, okay, guys? These aren't facts. All right, but I'd probably.
Fremont's gonna be like the chick that married that ghost guy.
I'd probably kill Daka because of those tentacles, and at least Talzin puts on makeup, right? So I mean, so that I'd probably have to go with Talzin.
Oh God!
I'd probably have to marry Daka. She looks like she can bake a mean sourdough. You know what I mean? It's like bake me some cookies. Look, take care of good old Gami. Tuck them in.
What's the secret flavor you got for these cookies? Children. Well, they're delicious.
Right.
I'm just eating pies like, these are incredible. I'm glad you like them.
And then she stuffs me in the oven with hot grill.
I don't know, man.
Knock me up her husband.
Daka looks like she has like a yeast infection on her head, so I don't know about bacon.
Oh, snap.
I don't know, guys.
Great. Yes, I bet. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Brandon Macabo, for completely derailing the show.
Well, we have well
done.
So what happens when we don't have Rimon's mods on the screen? Where the dialogue goes.
What'd you think it meant originally? We should have went with that.
Yeah.
We just went with that.
Next week will be top 5 characters with yeast infections for heads. Let's go.
All right.
Stick Ray, number 1.
So they were also asking, have any of you guys ever seen a Stick Ray at Relic 7?
Nope.
No, but she gets a great, like, from a pure number standpoint, she gets one of the better offensive boosts.
Yeah, she does.
In the game.
I mean,
no one really has the balls to do it.
Yeah, Finity, I will never see Daka the same way again.
No.
Oh my god, I'm going to have to tell my guilds about this. Guess what Remod said.
You see one night sister go to the Daka, like, Mother Daka, do you get that not so fresh feeling all the time, dear, on my head? It's just like, oh God.
All right. We'll have to see what that Relic 7. If somebody does have footage of a Relic 7 Stick Ray, please do reach out to me. I want to see this, and I want to prove Ranger wrong, because Stick Ray is meta now. Okay, and she's coming back.
No, she isn't. Well, you think you're some kind of Jedi? You wave your hand, she's better.
We're gonna have to tie him up and gag him and take him off the live stream if he keeps talking about Stick Ray.
If I get Stick Ray out there just knocking out a General Anakin with a one shot, oh my god, that's gonna be the opener to the stream.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
dude.
Stick Ray will
that would be awesome.
Anakin will get angry, hit her.
I'll just play it on replay over and over again, for like 15 minutes.
Oh god.
All right, moving along to our number 3 character to mod with health sets.
We were doing this. Yeah. Okay. You gotta tell me what it is. I've lost my spot here.
We are looking at Padme Amidala.
All right.
Yes. All the rest of the team, you can make a case the whole team needs it, but Padme is going to obviously be the one character that will always be on the team. You got Snips, you've got Anakin. We've talked tonight about how Anakin's kind of flexible. It doesn't matter which team members you use. Padme's definitely going to need health. The protection up's going to stack on that. And the more health she has, the higher her protection up is, make her more and more durable. She is the leader. She is the centerpiece of the team. When you're fighting Padme teams, you fracture Kenobi or you isolate, you use one of your isolates, your fractures, something of those lines. But to one hits Kenobi and one hits Padme, just so she can't just wreck your team. So she's very, very good. pretty obvious why you need health on her. But very, very safe investment for your 16E. There's 16% health primaries on her. They need some potency too. So offense is helpful, but health is definitely the king.
And she has a nice non-yeast infected shaped head.
She has a nice tuchus. Let's just say it. Okay, she has a nice tuchus.
Don't throw at her head. Wait, Raymond had to go there.
Yeah, listen. If they had brought midriff Padme into the game, I'd be a lot more interested in this character. Okay.
You and Finn both. Finn would never leave his room.
Yes. Unfortunately, when you spin the character in a circle, you can't see anything.
She's not, so get over it.
All right.
Well, I did a recruiting ad for a guild, and which has Padme on that, and it was really beautiful artwork. And then I animated her booty. So when they post the ad, like on Reddit or whatever, her booty shakes.
What like?
I have a new respect for you, Avinash.
I mean, she clearly looks like.
Finn's like going through looking at which discard. Where is it?
She clearly looks like Natalie Portman, right? So
you're kidding? She does?
Do they hit Natalie Portman off with like a little something for using her likeness in a game, or does she just have no idea that this exists?
No, well, like Carrie Fisher once talked about it, that once you sign this contract, you sign your likeness away. Basically, is what you do. I mean, she's like, and every time they would make a doll of Princess Leia, I'd have to thank George Lucas and then pay him a little bit of money. It's like, oh god.
They weren't like they didn't send her like an email like, by the way, we're using your face later. You know what I mean? Like, no, they don't have to. No, they definitely just did that. Yeah.
I'm fairly certain Natalie Portman does not play this game.
No, nor does she care.
Yeah.
How do you know? She may be Skycrack, for all you know, okay? She may be the number one player in the world.
You've got to send that to Finn.
She may be the biggest whale in this game. I mean, she has enough money to buy chromium packs.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, but she doesn't have enough time to actually play her own event to get her. That's way too time consuming.
I can't unlock myself in this game. Can you guys give me a...
Yeah, I just posted. I posted the poster on the chat there.
Yeah, send that to Finn because he will stroke out.
Yeah, I will send it to Finn. Yes.
Because Mace Windu does not look like Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, Mace Windu looks like Kevin Garnett. Okay, he doesn't look like Samuel L. Jackson.
What's wrong with looking like Kevin Garnett?
He doesn't look like Samuel L. Jackson. Looks like Kevin Garnett. All right.
You don't know him.
All right. Moving along to our number 2 character to mod with health sets in the game, we have Kylo Ren unmasked.
Oh yes.
And the first order love continues.
Someone say Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Finity actually in our chat here, once upon a time had a top 3 Kylo Ren total health. Yes. You start relicking him and putting the Gear 13s on him, he becomes. You could get him up over 100k health, and just every time you hit him, that's just more health he recovers. Very, very, very pain in the butt. Very pain in the butt. Very tough to take out. When we talked about back wall defenses, and if you have a relic first order team in the back, you can have them all gear 11, but it's incredibly difficult to get through Kylo Ren. It's a huge DPS check on the back wall. Just very, very pain. God, I can't speak anymore. Doc has got me flustered.
Yeah. That's not all she's got yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, the yeast infection can spread.
All right. We're not baking a cake here. Let's move on.
Pretty self-explanatory here, guys, for the number 2 spot. Just the more health he has, the harder he is to kill. So yeah, just make your first order team great. Put a ton of health on him. And this applies to all gear levels. You don't have to have a relic 3 like this example. Even your gear 12 Kylos, you can stack enough health on. He gets more health with those pieces at gear 12. Very, very good. Okay, probably the best first order character. If you're not going to do the faction, do him because if nothing else, he's a great plug and play tank that pre-taunts with that Zeta. You save the Zeta on his leadership and just go for the Scar, and then he's great pre-taunt. We'll really help you out in the dark side TBs.
For sure. For sure. And now to our number 1 character to mod with health sets I am sure you guys all know who this is. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it's General Grievous. General Grievous. Yeah. It could be Luminara and Dooley, though. She could easily be here as well.
Grievous. Did you just say Luminara?
Luminara and Dooley.
You made that shit up, Remon. Take it back.
Yes, I made it up. I'm kidding. Luminara has no place on any list in this game.
Listen, don't be.
If we were talking about best hats in the game, Luminara may be on the list. But
no, DACA.
That's not a hat.
I don't care what it's made out of. It's pretty pimp. Now that you've given it a title, it's way pimper than Luminara's one. And Luminara's is all like almost religious in context compared to DACA. Oh god.
I'd say Luminara would be on the hat list, and so would General Veers. Okay. We'd have to think about it, but there's a couple of people.
Oh, next week, top 5 characters with hats. Here, you've heard it.
Oh man, yeah, we need some new content if we're getting to that. If we're getting that low.
Top 10 characters without a lightsaber, or a weapon, or tools.
Yeah, General Grievous obviously just gains a tremendous benefit with the health sets. I mean,
he's pretty stupid.
Yeah, I mean, everything is damage is health based, so it just makes no sense. And he's also, probably one of the top characters in the game now, period. So, it definitely makes sense that he would be at this spot for sure.
Yes, health equals damage. And guys, please do not put offense on General Grievous. I see a lot of people putting offense on there.
Why?
It doesn't do you any good.
No. Health, more health, and then when you're sick of putting health, put more health.
Number 1 hat is definitely Embo. I agree 100%. For sure.
Well, Brendo makes a good point. Hoth Rebel Soldier could actually make a top 5 for the first time ever if we did a top 5 hat segment.
You never know how people will vote.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested in who the honorable mention was.
Well, the honorable mention is going to be 5s.
Yes, 5s. And this will apply to those of you with the General Skywalkers. This is, you want to mod him for an incredible amount of health. Because once relicked, he has about, 36.5% health steal. And then characters cannot go below 100% health while General Skywalker is standing. But when he goes down, they're going to target 5s. And he's going to counter and just heal himself right back up. The more health he has, the more health the more health he can steal back. So very, very difficult to mention. Not to mention if you do kill 5s or Echo, or I guess the ARC Trooper that's coming out, when 5s dies, he will spread that health to them as well. So very, very good character to have health on. It's very team specific. You can see here I have him modded differently. That's because my Skywalker is 5-star and I'm not using that team yet. But very, very good character. It is an eyesore to have him at Relic 7. Unfortunately, my ship shard decided last year they just wanted to be competitive out of nowhere. So now I have to keep up with the Joneses. So that's an eyesore for me. But the 36% health steal on 90k plus health on a countering character that double taps is pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. He's borderline indestructible unless you have some sort of like exposed shock, something like that. So
I would say he probably makes his way higher up on this list when more people have General Anakin.
Yes. If Skywalker was, the second, third time he rolls around, he would definitely be top 3. You can even mod it for health under the Rex League because they will get a health boost. A lot depends on your relic level too. So.
Yeah. But that is our top 5 characters to mod with health sets. I hope you guys like that kind of thing. We were considering doing crit damage sets and offense sets because those are also 4-piece sets. And on top of that, I think that the decision to go with crit damage mods or offense mods is a little bit more dicey these days than it was in the past because of the fact that, predominantly, there's a lot of characters now that have health-based offense, and then also, the characters that just you want to have faster, so you're going to give them speed sets. So it's kind of more the waters are a little bit more muddy when it comes to who you should mod with crit damage or with offense. So we will, put some thought into that, and I don't know if it'll happen next week, but we'll definitely put together, one of those lists sometime soon here in the future if you guys want to see it. But this is that time where I would like to ask you to please like the video and subscribe to the channel and click that notification icon and that bell twice for notifications when we go live if you haven't already, because it makes me happy inside. It makes us all happy inside, and it does also give you notifications when we go live. And some of you may want to know that, but also do also subscribe to all these wonderful YouTubers that are on the panel with me here tonight. All their channels are linked in the description as well. Definitely check out Reality Skewed Gamers, Operation Metaverse, and the Boba's Alliance podcasts. Now we're going to go back to some gameplay, and while we do that, we will do our Q&A segment where we'll take questions from you guys here in the chat. If you haven't asked them already, now's the time. We can also discuss topics. So if you have a specific topic you want to discuss, just go ahead and type that into the chat, and we'll try to address it here before we end the stream. So I know we saw a few questions there earlier. I know I asked some of them while we were doing the live stream, but I think most of those were silly questions. So let's see if we can answer some more game-related questions here. Do you have anything?
Yeah, the first one, maybe you guys know a little more about it than I do. I haven't had a chance to read over the Q&A yet, but now that there is no customer service support, how is the game going to improve, fix the bugs and mistakes if they can't hear us now? That's from Hans Omar von Harold Duarte.
Why is it
I'm a little bit in the dark on that one.
Why is there no more customer service support?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Maybe it's just the frustration of trying to get them to do stuff and they're just not really doing anything. Sort of that type of customer support rather than an actual.
Actually, not being customer.
I mean, it's still an EA game, and EA has a 24-hour hotline, so there's definitely customer service support, and somewhere. I mean, maybe Capital Games isn't going to directly respond, but I mean, you can reach out to EA and they can get you right, with the studio.
I will say the one interaction I've had with customer support was a good one. It's when our guild left the skunk community and we changed our guild name. I went through the text-based, the chat-based customer support, and they changed the guild name almost instantly. So that's the only time I've ever really gone through any customer support, and so that's all I know. It went through EA though, like you guys said, like it was an EA based website. I spoke with somebody in the chat, very generic name like Tom. Thank you, Tom, or Pat, or whatever your name was. Thank you.
My name was Leroy.
How at this point in the game, after 4 years, can you not go in and change your guild name on your own? Isn't that kind of crazy? I can't believe that that's not an option.
Yeah. Well, I was very happy when I did submit a ticket that it was changed within 6 minutes after I did it, which was fantastic.
You can change your in-game name. You can change your time zone. You can change your payout. You can change, so many different things in this game now, but you can't change your guild name?
No, he's saying in the chat, he says the page is down in the game. I clicked the page several days and it's always down. So let's see.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't even know how to look at it in game on there.
Yeah.
Let's go to it here live. I'll do it right now. Let's see. So we go to inbox and then. Oh wait, no, it's up. It's up here.
Ah, yes. Okay.
I don't want to do it because.
Yeah. Help.ea.com. Yeah, it's down.
The whole website is down.
Just click help. Yeah, click the help button. It'll just take you to this non-existent page. So maybe EA just said, "Hey, we've had enough of you guys complaining. We don't want to hear it anymore." That's not just for this game. That's for all games. That's help.ea.com. Yes, a whole bunch of nothing. So that's discouraging. But
wow. Okay. Interesting.
Well, see, it's pulled up on his. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I have it.
Yeah, you must have an iPhone, Hans. Mine's not working either.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and this is on an emulator, so I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I see the option here. Maybe it's just based on your device. I'm sure if you go on your laptop to help.ea.com or you search the EA customer service number, they can still assist you if you want to.
All right, well, we fixed it. So apparently, if you're an Apple user like myself and more than likely Hans, tough cookies.
You're screwed.
Well, we got a picture of Padme's jiggling, and then we have some more. DSP asks, "What happened to ARC Trooper?"
He's still on his way.
Yeah, I think Minato answered kind of. It's highly speculated that he is the Brood Alpha of the light side.
Could be.
Yeah, so okay.
I mean, you don't think that? Yeah, did you hear that too? Where'd that come from?
It wasn't me.
It said I heard honor in the background.
No, my TV, I had it on.
Oh,
You're gonna hit the button on my road and then something just.
It's all good. So, what about? I mean, ARC Trooper though. You think they're not gonna try to cash in on that character? I mean, I find it kind of weird that they wouldn't make him marquee.
If you read, his kit is so simple. Like it's almost hard to justify charging money for it.
Like GBA.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
like pretty generic in terms of just an attacker. Like, yeah, he's got a cool support little summon kind of mechanic with his little droid friend, but you know, I wouldn't buy him. It's just like, I could wait on that guy. He's gonna be good. He really will be fantastic for that team, but at this point, I have a 5-star Anakin with the 7-star probably 3 months away. I don't. I'll farm through Cantina or the guild store maybe with Stark, but he's straight basic. Yes, he's very very basic. A lot of it hinges on how hard he hits though. If he's usable.
Yeah, we have to look at his damage and his stats, but
yeah.
I bet you guys noticed that there's been a decrease in the biotech implants here in the guild store. Like, I don't know. I feel like I used to see like 2 options for biotech implants every time, and now I it's like maybe once every other day I see it in there. Maybe it's just...
You want to start collecting those MK3 little swirly round things down.
Yeah, hollow projectors.
Yeah, you want to start collecting those.
Yeah, they're pretty valuable for the salvage. That's how I craft. I think the tier 3 or 4 pieces. Like that's all I use for that. Is just hollow projectors. Abner Duke here asks, who will pilot the Malevolence, GG or Dooku?
I would have to say it's going to be Grievous, right?
I think GG, yeah.
Okay, there we go. DSP asks, Ranger, are you excited for Lady Revan in the upcoming movies?
Lady Revan?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
A female version of Revan? That would be ridiculous.
That would be kind of ridiculous. I would watch it, so yeah.
I mean, I would definitely check it out, but I mean, like,
I wouldn't even check it out. I mean, I know where that would come from because in the game, even though all the canon, all the lore, everything else pertaining to it has Revan as a man, but you could play in the original KOTOR, you can make Revan a man or a woman, right?
Yep.
So that's where that came from. But everything else, if you read the books, the comics, everything, it was a dude. So if they make it out a woman, he said it's a rumor. I mean, if they do, that's fine. Go enjoy it. I will not be watching it because it's like, and it's not the fact that it would be a woman, is because that's not true to who the character was. It's like saying Chewbacca, making Chewbacca a woman. It's like no, he was a dude. It's just not the character. I just don't understand it.
I think it would be very disrespectful to the character. I mean, if they did that, not because.
I mean, he got married. He had a daughter. It just throws everything off. It just doesn't work.
Not because. I mean, listen, they've got enough girl power stuff going on right now. Where
they don't need to do that.
They don't need
that's.
Yeah, they don't need to do that. I'm saying that they could easily just make Revan who he actually is, and then choose another female character, maybe from. They could create a whole new female. There's some pretty good Old Republic female characters. They could just make as is.
I'd say like this. So for me, like for instance, like when they made Captain Marvel, when that made sense because in that whole story arc, you know, Marvel had been a dude, and then it became Carol Danvers, and she became Miss Marvel and Marvel, and I can see that, right? I totally get, like, you can use that iteration of that story arc about of that character, but that character was not portrayed anywhere else other than you could use a female version of that, but everywhere else it was not. It just doesn't work for me, right? If the story arc he had been like something like what Marvel had gone through, that iteration where the character had been made in other plots of the story a female version, then I'd be like, yeah, I could see that, but you just can't do something to do something, right? So yeah, I mean, everything else, the comics, the books, the Old Republic, everything, it was portrayed as a male character. So yeah.
GK3 asks, what's wrong with female Revan? When I play
nothing. It's just not true to who the character was. It's like making a female character a male character that was it's like you can't take a female character like Sue Storm and make that a male character. It just doesn't work. I mean, I don't care if a game allows you to play a iteration of that character, male or female, but if the rest of all the stuff shows that person is female, then you make it male. It just doesn't work for me as a character arc and who that character was and what they went through, right? Their stories were different. So
there's nothing wrong if they made the character female, but what I'm saying, you know, because it's a female, it's more about because
it doesn't register me for how I know the character.
Because that's not who Revan is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they've already like partially brought Revan into canon in the Clone Wars, where they like did release a clip where he was in there as like a Sith, you know, on that 3-episode or 2-episode arc that they had with the Force gods, you know, in that planet, on that planet, Jesus, on the Force planet. What's the name of that planet?
Which one are you talking about?
The planet with the son and the daughter. And,
the celestial planet. I don't remember the.
Yeah, they Mortis. So when they were on Mortis, there was a scene that was cut where the son is talking to Revan and I believe it's Bane in a room, like they're ghosts basically getting, and they actually animated the scene. And they released the scene on YouTube, so you can actually watch a video right now.
Yeah, I think Mark Hamill did the voice. It's a shame that a lot of the EU stuff has been cut out from the canon because there's just such a rich history of stuff in there. And GK, you're right. It started with the game, but after that iteration of the game, they went with a male version of him to everything else. The books describe him as male. The comic books male. If you go to Wikipedia, the entire history of that arc is a male character. He marries Bastila. They have a daughter. Then you get into the Old Republic, the MMORPG. He was portrayed as a man there. So that's the only thing I'm saying. If the character had been stuff like Miss Marvel, right, where that had been the case, then I would have done it. But yeah, so
and there's plenty of awesome female characters. I mean, like, you know, they're
Mary J. Skywalker. We go down the list.
And Rey, I mean, pretty much the most important character in the sequel trilogy is Rey. You know, so I mean, they're kind of insinuating that Rey may be the most. I mean, let's be real here. They basically made Rey, you know, like stronger than Luke Skywalker without any training. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, that's what they've done. I mean,
I'm not in. I mean, for me, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I care about that the character is true to the character and it makes sense, right? Because people, when you do adaptation of books and comics, you try to stay as true to the source material as possible. But some give you a little bit of leeway. Comic books are exceptional at that, right? Like when I say Batman and Robin, which Robin am I talking about? Because there's been 3 iterations of Robin. One of them was a female character, right? So it's the one that you want to go with, right? There was a female Robin, and I can't think of her name off the top of my head. So that for me would work totally fine because then if you're using that version of Robin, it existed. It existed in the lore. It existed in the comics and the story arc. So if they went with her, and I think that was from the Dark Knight Returns, the one when he fights Superman versus Batman battle. I can't remember the name. It's a long time. I got franked. But that's the kind of stuff that I look at. when I look at a character. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and we got a.
Oh God! Don't read Finity. Leave Stick Ray out of this, Finn.
No, we got a donation from GK.
Thank you, GK. Gary Kelly. Could not think that it's late at night and I'm just going brain dead.
Yeah, no. I just like I said, I think that besides that, you have Visa Smar, you have who was it? I believe it was Darth Bane's. Darth Zana, his apprentice, ended up actually killing him at the end. So I mean, there's a lot of great female characters in the Old Republic lore as well, besides Bastila. So I mean, they could use any of those characters or create.
Their ancestor, Satil is a great character from the Old Republic. She's one of the greatest Jedi masters ever. So, Let's.
There's also the possibility that they could just, if they brought back Revan and then around him they changed like a lot of the other characters, they could do that too, and make some of the other characters that maybe his number one rival is a female Sith. You know what I'm saying? They could do lots of different things.
Well, his main rival was, of course, Malik, but then he also had Mandalore. He also had a relationship with one of the Mandalores. That the mask he wears is actually of a female fallen Mandalore. Genocide battle. So we can get into this forever.
Yeah, there's actually a really good Revan fan film you can check out where he shows kind of what his thinking is about being both.
Oh yeah, with the bounty hunters. Yeah,
yes.
that's
and
really good. Not the one when he fights Nihil.
No, not the one where he
There's
fights
another one where he's on the planet. He's going for his Twi'lek counterpart. I can't remember her name, but she's from the Old Republic game. But yeah,
there's a Jedi who tries to fight him, and then her guardian tries to fight him too, and he basically shows her that using the dark side can be good too. You know what I'm saying? And it's really interesting the way they portray that. Like how you can be balanced. It's good. So you should check that out. But any other questions, Gum?
Yeah. Sorry. Abderdune, how's everybody's hyena farm going?
Yeah, we covered it in the beginning, but pretty good.
Yeah. Probably get him unlocked, but that's about it.
I don't even know if I want to take him anymore. So I'm like, do I really want to spend the cantina for this? Stick with it, dude.
I got 131 to 80. Like Ranger, so I'll probably get him to 5-star. Really slow down.
And do we really care after that? Because we're not going to get him to 6-7.
Yeah,
it doesn't really make sense if you're not going to have the malevolence ready right away. It doesn't really make sense.
No,
it is. If you guys are all about the ships, it is.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a better deal to refresh your cantinas all the way up until I think almost the 800s or whatever than it is to buy the marquees. So do keep that. Maybe if you guys are going to get them anyway, maybe refresh through the 400s, see how you do, and maybe finish them off with the marquees. Don't buy the marquees now until the event's over.
Oh yeah, right. Definitely don't buy the packs until you. I mean, I would go crazy on the cantina if you're actually thinking about buying them the 7-star, for sure.
Drucifer, which First Order Resistance character should I gear up in preparation for the Rise of Skywalker? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I don't know what the translation is going to be. See, the thing is, we know the main character you might need, right? But did the ancillary characters need to be geared as much as the main character story arc that you would need for something? I don't know.
I mean,
right?
I think they're gonna. I mean, they've lately been just pulling a fast one on us with all this stuff. So I mean, I think they're gonna there's no way you're gonna be prepared for it. Like if they can see that everybody's starting to prepare with like Rose and Amilyn Haldo and all these characters, they're gonna pull the rug right from under you and make it something completely different. That's how they'll do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of these characters, the First Order wise, the Kylos and the Executioner. I think any character that comes out for the First Order faction will probably instantly just kind of make the other First Order units kind of inferior. Like First Order TIE Pilot, Special Forces TIE Pilot, even Stormtrooper, First Order Officer. These are all dated characters. Any new characters are going to trump them. So, I mean, you got to pick the very best characters in terms of building the best team in the future. I have no idea what they're bringing in terms of legendary. Stick Ray Resistance Trooper. These are all dated characters too. They hit hard, but their kits aren't nearly as impressive as some of these other characters. So, we could be getting a rework to Finn, to Poe, maybe to Rose.
Or new iterations of the characters, but yeah, I mean, the only character I don't have is Rose Tico, and that's just getting her to 7 stars. I'm still not gonna put any gear on or anything, but I'll get her to 7 stars, so I'll have the ships and the pilot. Everybody will be done where they're very much usable. I mean, most of my resistance is 12. First order is definitely 12. The rest are like 11. So if they want to do something with it, I'm ready. I just got to get Rose to 7. So
this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to release a character as a galactic chase prior to the event, because it's too soon. It's too close to the movie now for them to release a character as a marquee and then allow the cadence to pass and then put them as free to play so you can farm the character for the Rey event, right? So I think that either they're going to push the Rey event to like January, February, or if they have it in December, they're gonna probably release a galactic chase character sometime in the beginning of December that's for that event, right? And then if you're able to get that character to 7 stars, you'll be able to get Rey. So you'll start off.
That's not going to be a good thing if they do that.
GK makes a good point here in the chat. Post ship 100%. It could be a ship-oriented event. There's enough.
Could be resistance ship. You got post
ship. Get that resistance pilot ship up. What a god awful ship. That might be the worst ship in the game.
God.
Like, maybe resistance pilot gets a rework. Characters like that. Who knows? That ship definitely. Have they reworked the ship? If not,
no.
Rework resistance pilot, because that one is worthless.
Pretty.
Yeah.
But that's That's about it for the questions.
All right.
Well, could we see possibly Ranger, the Eternal Twins? Before they.
No, they're not. They're not actually, and they're just like a lot of this stuff. So no. And they're not doing anything Old Republic in this last Q&A. Like they're done with Old Republic for a while. So I mean, we're not going to see any kind of stuff from Knights of the Old Republic or the Old Republic era in general. So we're not getting anything that you might think of Malgus or the Eternal Twins, anybody from the Eternal Throne, Vitiate, none of those characters coming in anytime soon.
That joke can go on forever.
One thing that could factor in here is that Stick Rey could be a big deal when it comes to this.
Oh my god!
Let's
end the show.
One thing can factor in. You may have to have
time to wrap it up. Maurice has to go to bed.
You may have to have a Relic 7 Stick Rey, guys. Just be ready.
Yeah, sure you won't. Okay.
All right. Anyway, we do have one last question here, and that's
we don't.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. All right, I appreciate everybody, hanging out with us here. It was a lot of fun, as always, and this was a really funny show. So I'll be listening to it again tomorrow, and if you guys get a chance, definitely again, like, subscribe, click the bell icon to the channel. I appreciate that. We will be back next Sunday for the Alliance Live Show 117, and maybe we'll have some more data on what's going on with the Y-Wing and how good that ship is, etc. Because we'll probably, when that ship releases, actually get a look at, some people that are getting to play it with a 7-star, 7-star negotiator.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see some 7-star negotiator footage maybe on YouTube. We'll get a good idea or a good gauge of how good that ship is. But in the interim, what's going on with Reality Skewed Gamers this week, Ranger?
Same old. Lunch streams every day from 12 to 1. Tonight show. Saturday we have the Jedi Academy. Lots of other games are doing Battlefront with my now part of the 66th Legion. They're the second biggest clan in the game in Battlefront 2, so I'm doing a lot of stuff with them. I did a stream with them. I started a new D&D Star Wars campaign, so we ran the second episode of that today. So we did that. We got Tactical Monsters on the game. Flynn's doing Borderlands over on Twitch, so we got all kinds of shit happening over at RangerJ. Check it out.
Definitely check it out. There's a link in the description to the Reality Skewed Gamers channel, and definitely make sure to check out their live stream on Wednesday nights. And for the Boba's podcast, what's going on with that, Abby?
We're going to be recording again this weekend. trying to get some more guests on, just for kind of like more of an in-house type of a thing. But just have some random discussions. But it's been kind of hard because there's really hasn't been a whole lot of content out there to talk about.
Agreed. It's been rough to find stuff to talk about. And last but most certainly not least, with the Operation Metaverse channel, definitely make sure to check out their live stream on Tuesday nights. What else is going on over there, Maurice?
We recorded a video, I think it was today, recorded a video kind of talking about how to get ready for the upcoming Grand Arena feats. We'll have Al Bundy on the show this week talking about him stepping down as the leader of No Ma'am, being replaced with Ranger and Ramona Zob. So,
yay! That sounds good. Yeah, so make sure to check out Operation Metaverse with TMoney and good old Maurice. They put out great content, and they have a stream every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So there's a link in the description for their channel. But again, thank you guys so much. Make sure if you guys are looking for a guild, come to the Alliance server. We have tons of great guilds for all player levels. We have a link in the for my Discord, and then links in the description. So definitely make sure to check that out for the AllianceGaming.com, etc. But I appreciate everybody coming out. We will be back next week with the next live show. And it was a great time, guys. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you on the next one. May the force be with you guys. Have a good night.